Hey everybody, Daryl and Holly with Exquisite Exotics here. Today's video, we just want to give you an update on our blood python. We haven't talked about him, I think, since we first got him. I don't think we've done any really conversations on him. So we will keep this intro kind of short. We got him in March Tinley 2019, so we've had him just a little over a year now. He has definitely girthed up, maybe a little too much. We've actually cut back his feeding a bit, so if he looks a little fat to you, that's probably because he is. We had to tone back his feeding a little bit, just trying to get him to lose a little weight, to get more back to an appropriate size. But let's get him out so you can see him and we can chit chat while we have him out.
All right, guys, so here is his container.
Yep, so we named him Nosferatu. Oh, there he is.
You know, blood python, blood, vampires, Nosferatu. So the way I handle him is I get him out fully because he is a big boy, and once we lift this up, you'll be able to see how large he actually is.
Absolutely. He's actually due for a new enclosure this year. I think this tub's maybe getting a little... I mean, it's still got a lot of space comparatively to him.
He still was able to fit into one of those hides. So,
yeah, it's amazing. Get that hide real quick. Show how big the hide is.
An average adult ball python hide that
he still fits inside that.
He fits himself in there. I'm not sure how with his girth.
So probably get him an enclosure this year, though. But yeah,
so if you were able to pick up on any sound, it doesn't matter because he actually didn't make any noise. But when we first got him, he was very... huffy and hissy, and he would constantly do that anytime we opened the tub or came near him. And if you can't tell right now, he's pretty quiet. And blood pythons do tend to have that little bit of huffiness. He might do it while I try to pick him up now.
See? He's much better than he used to be.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to let Holly pick him up so you can really get a good view of his size. You know, with a blood python, they you really need to support their weight and everything. Yep, but, yeah. We actually... I'll let Holly hold him a second. Well, actually, I'm going to scroll down real quick. So there's some gloves. We actually got bite-resistant gloves when we first got him because he was very defensive, very, very defensive. But as you can tell, he's gotten so much better now.
Oh, yeah.
And look at his color. So he's a...
T-negative.
We bought him as a T-negative, so that's what we believe him to be. And we believe him to be a him as well. We have not probed him, so we were sold as a male T-negative. And you can tell he's so much better. I mean...
not a single peep.
I wouldn't, hand him to every single person as, in a display kind of scenario where you want to just hand a snake to random people. But he is so much more handleable. He doesn't hiss at us anymore. He doesn't huff at us anymore, at least not as much as he used to. He's just gotten ridiculously better. If you want to put him down the table, babe, so you can put that hide back in. You can tell he's, tongue flicking, exploring. Not nearly as bad as he was. He's gotten a little chunky definitely in the middle, so that's why we've been putting him on a diet. But blood pythons are a fat-bodied snake, so kind of to be expected. And you can tell in the camera, actually the camera's doing really well at picking up how beautiful his colors are. For his size, he's just a gorgeous animal. Absolutely gorgeous. So, as you noticed, no need for these anymore.
No need for those. Yep. And if you're not super familiar with blood pythons, if you noticed how I had to kind of almost cradle him when I held him, ball pythons actually you can almost hold them with one hand. They have a very strong muscular body where they just kind of hold themselves upright or they can keep upright. Don't do that with these guys. They kind of just go limp.
Yeah, you
very
really
limp animal.
You really need to support their weight. They're because they're bigger bodied, a fatter bodied python. You really need to support them. Unlike a ball python, can handle a lot less support. So definitely. But yeah, he's a fun animal. He's big. We don't really do a lot of feeding videos. It's not kind of our thing. But I will say one thing about him is his strike. I'll zoom in on him a little here while we're chatting. His strike when he feeds is so much faster than a ball python's.
Oh yeah.
Like it is remarkably faster. The first time we fed him, we were like, wow, is that normal? But he always strikes really, really fast. Like I've always said when people ask about how quick it is, I would say for a ball python, I could almost, if I tried, probably pull the rat away from the ball python as they're striking when we're feeding and probably be able to get it away from them if I tried. There's no way with him. But the speed he strikes at, there's absolutely no way I could pull away the rat. My reaction time is far slower than his strike speed.
And that's the other thing I noticed. The ball pythons will have that S shape ready to go, strike position. You all know what it looks like when you feed. With him, he kind of comes out. He does flick his tongue a little bit, but he'll come out and he'll just sit there. And then between 1 and 30 seconds, you have no idea what time it's going to happen, then he strikes. And it's not an S or a facing the prey. He goes right at it when he wants to.
Yeah.
So that's what Daryl means. I think understanding Daryl means that it's pretty strong.
Yeah, and quick.
And
His
quick.
his strike speed is faster than like a ball python's speed. It is remarkably fast. So,
Yep.
and if you notice, we actually keep him on ReptiChip. So, I mean, if you guys who watch our videos know that we keep our ball pythons
yes.
on paper. We like to have his humidity not like high, but slightly more elevated all the time. Mainly because blood pythons only go to the bathroom like every couple months, unlike a ball python. So we try to make sure that he's always hydrated really well.
Yep.
We don't want him sitting in water. We don't want him in a super humid environment, but we do try to keep his humidity up slightly higher than the ball pythons. So we'll let the ReptiChip completely dry out, then just add a little bit of water, bring the humidity back up. It'll sit up for a couple days, let it completely dry out. So it kind of gets a nice ebb and flow of higher humidity and lower humidity. That the ball pythons, we keep at 55% humidity all the time, unless they're shedding. So but he gets swings unlike them. So and he's kept in the same room as the ball python. So so his low is 55%, and then it swings up from there. So
And like the ball pythons, Daryl was saying with the paper, we change them after every time they defecate, urate, shed, because we've poured water in there. Anytime we need to, we change that paper out. With the ReptiChip, we actually have a dated time on here. So we completely clean him out once a month, and actually, so it's kind of time to do it, and that way he has it clean whether he has gone to the bathroom or not. And when he does go to the bathroom, we clean the big chunk out that area and
spot clean
it, and probably anybody that has ReptiChip, that's what you probably normally do anyway. But just because we don't do it for anybody but him, that's just letting you know our process.
Unless he's really bad, like sometimes because they go so seldomly. When they do go, it's
sometimes it's
substantial,
Yes.
And that requires a full change as well.
Yes, I've only really ever spot cleaned urates. I think is probably what it's all been. Everything else has been when it's time.
And even then, sometimes it's a full clean. So
yeah.
All right, we're going to get him put away, unless Holly has anything else to add.
I don't think so. I think that, he's been super calm this whole time. He hasn't even tried to explore, which is, something.
Just kind of chill and relaxed. Way different than when we first got him.
We're gonna, I guess, pick him up and put him back in.
Yeah, you want to do that?
Yep.
And then we'll go back to an outro afterwards. Yep. See?
Still no.
Do you see no huffing, no hissing?
He does get a little like twitchy, like, what are you doing?
Those are all things he used to do when we would get him out. Hopefully the light over here is all right. Yeah, there we go. He tends to just, let's see if he'll do it today.
Oh,
there's a little hiss, but nothing nearly like what he used to be.
Are you down, bud?
Yeah, he's good. All right, guys, we're gonna come right back with an outro. All right, so that's him a year later. He's definitely improved a lot handleability-wise, as we talked about. And as you can see, he's a big boy now. So he's a fun snake to handle, that's for sure. Much better than he was.
He's much better.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. As always, like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. If this is your first video for us, don't forget about how we sell our animals on YouTube first for a week. So if you're a subscriber, you find out about animals first, and you get a discount that first week they're up for sale too. So if you missed it, last week's video, today's going to be the last chance before those animals go up on Morph Market. So if there's anything from last week's video you want, make sure you contact us today. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Have a great weekend. Great next week. We'll see you next Saturday.
Take care.
Bye.